in Rockwood are hungry. They come to kids.
Water, about 2:30, I guess. Old Scotty's got a pretty good little fish there. Yeah. Good keeper. Good keeper. Hold on. There you go. I think you finally found him in, Scotty. Is he hooked pretty good? That's good.
Good keeper fish.
All right. Let's get you another.
Oh, good.
Another little buck bass, Scotty.
Yep.
All right. Oh, Scotty's got another small bass on right here. Another buck bass. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Get you another. Scotty might have a pretty good fish on here this time, folks. Yeah, pretty decent. Look pretty good. Yeah, that's another good keeper bass right there now, Scotty. All right. Yeah. Yes, sir. Take that. All right, bud. Okay. Right, folks, Scotty's got another pretty good little bass here. Attaboy, Scotty. Oh yeah, that's another keeper. Yes, sir. Look good. Look good. I love it. Just more of it. All right, folks. While he's trying to get the hooks out of that bass, remember my sponsors, folks. Gotta have them. Can't do it without them, and appreciate every one of them. And if you can support them, I'd appreciate it. Folks, old Scotty's got a big fish on here this time. Oh yeah, man. That's a nice one, bud. That's a nice one. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. That guy. I knew you was gonna do that. Folks, old Scotty's got another good fish on right here now. Let's see if he does that quick release there again.
I got him hooked pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I believe you have. Yeah, I believe you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold her up there. Yeah.
See a little bit of red on her tail there. She
Mm-hmm.
ain't spawned yet.
Yeah.
She's trying to.
Yeah. Don't rub the slime off of her. Get her back in the water. There you go. Good fish, Scotty.
Yeah.
All right, bud. All right, folks. Scotty's caught a big crappie here bass fishing.
You see what he's caught on?
Yeah.
Green pumpkin tube.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice one, Scotty.
Yeah. That to fill up a skillet.
All right, boy. Hey, folks. We pulled in down here at the boat ramp, Mike and I, and had a little accident here. Truck rolled off the boat ramp and drowned the truck, and had to get some help and get it out. So just some, you know, what not to do and what to do when you get around these boat ramps. You got to be extra careful. Old Mike's got a pretty good little fish right here, old buddy. Attaboy, Mike. Yeah.
First decent one, but how about you?
Yeah, folks, we've caught a bunch of little old buck bass, that 10, 12 inch range. But, yeah.
Almost as big as them crappie I was catching.
Almost, Mike, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Almost as big as them crappie.
You'll have to get back at it.
Yeah, we'll get back at it.
All right. All right. Folks, Mike got another little fish there. Yeah. All right, Mike, you're going to have to get something bigger than that. All right. My camera's in focus. Mike's got a little old bass there. Yeah. Oh, Mike, he throwed your bait off again. Huh? Well, naturally it sunk. All right, I hope I got him on camera here. Good deal. All right, Mike's got a big fish on here, folks. Yeah, he traded them little ones in for a big one, didn't you, Mike?
Yeah,
Finally did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty nice fish right there, bud. Sure is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy, that looks a lot better. I like them black spots on them, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I hope you're on camera. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Easy Danny. Sure.
Okay. All right, folks, I got a little bite there. Ah, see him there, Mike. Yeah. He was a little bite, all right. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mike's hooked another fish here. Oh, that's a striper, Mike. Okay. That'd be a good. Yeah. All right. Believe you got another stripe there, Mike. A little stripe. All right. I'll just let you keep trying to catch them. All right, Mike's got another fish on here. Oh, yeah, buddy, Mike. Pretty good little fish there, Mike. Yes, sir. Hmm. Yeah, pretty good little fish. Yeah. All right. Yep. He got that plug in his mouth there, Mike.
Yeah. Jaw full of hooks there.
Got a jaw full of hooks, too. All right. Okay, Mike. Yeah, nice keeper fish right there for sure.
3 pounds.
Yeah. All right. Let's see you get another. All right, Mike just turned right around and made another cast and got another fish hooked here, folks. We don't know what it is yet. It's a bass. I told you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a boy, Mike. Yes, sir. Hmm. Need the pliers? All right. All right. There we go. Okay, Herschel. Sorry about that. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. I'm your host, and as you can see who my guest is, Bill Nichols.
All right there, son.
Glad to have you again, Bill. You're always good to have you here, Bill. You know that. Whatever we're doing. I guess we better say hello to Polly and to Dad.
That's better.
Yeah, we don't want to be in trouble.
That's right.
For sure. Folks, we got to see Bill. We just got to see that film there. Mike and me and Scotty there one trip, and Mike and I there on a couple of trips, and catching a few little buck bass, Bill. And
that means that they're looking in there to get them our females in there.
That's exactly it. It's not going to be long. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be here before you know it. And if this little cold front hadn't have moved in, they'd done been there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Sure would have. They definitely would have, Bill. I want to say a special thanks, folks, to my sponsors, and that's coming from the people at the East Tennessee Sportsman's Association wanted me to thank my sponsors for sponsoring me so that I could help support the East Tennessee Sportsman's Association, and I want to make sure that I convey that word on to the sponsors. Sponsors, thank you all for that. Thank you for sponsoring me. I got a lot of good feedback down there, but before I say much more about it, we're gonna show a little tape here of some minutes of the meeting, Bill, that went on down there last Tuesday night. Yeah, and we'll get that on the air here in a few minutes. And I messed up and give Herschel the wrong tape, so we'll be just a minute on that. Herschel, that's no big deal. Me and Bill's got plenty more to talk about. So
I had a good report from Upper East Tennessee yesterday. Fish up there in South Holston and Watauga really doing good.
Mm-hmm.
They've not been on the beds up there, but they're moving in on the banks.
Uh-huh.
And the boy I talked to up there, he let me know that they was really catching some really good smallmouth and largemouth both up there in Watauga and South Holston.
Well, there's Tennessee Team Trails got a tournament this weekend, Saturday on South Holston, so that ought to play right in.
Play right in it.
Yes, sir. That'd be a good deal. We'll make that announcement again here a little bit later on when we get to the tournaments. But I do know for a fact they've got a tournament up there Saturday, so maybe they'll have a big catch. I've only been on that lake up there on South Holston one time, Bill.
Yeah, and over the years I've fished it a lot. Me and a boy here lives here in Oak Ridge, Hoyt Easton, and me and Dr. Russell Greer. We have fished South Holston and Watauga.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best string of walleye I've ever caught. I caught them out of Watauga.
Uh-huh. Well,
caught them at night on a jigging spoon.
Yeah.
And just moving around. Had the lights on the side of the boat and just moving around from point to point and just shaking that jigging spoon on them points. We caught the best string of walleye I've ever caught.
Man, I tell you what, that sounds good. You throwed them all back, I guess.
Yeah, well, I kept the limit.
Yeah.
After I the limit, I quit.
Oh, man, I tell you what, them things sure do eat good. It's hard when there's legal size and you hadn't got your limit. It's hard to get rid of. Hard to get rid of them. I tell you, really do like to catch them and like to eat them, and they're delicious. But that sounds good about up there. That's I said once, I've been on that lake twice. We went up there and practiced for a tournament, smallmouth tournament, and then went back and fished the tournament. So it was 2 trips up there. But we didn't get to see much of the lake. But I like the watercolor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've fished them both over the years a lot. And Watauga and South Holston both.
All right. Herschel, then if you got that tape ready, you go ahead, buddy, let her rip.
Yeah, I was behind the lady the other day, and she'd speed up, get up to the speed limit, and next thing you know, she's down 30 miles an hour. So, they knew what they were doing. So, we need to encourage these kids to get out. And I never was in the house. If I had to be in the house, it was farming or something to get. I was always doing something, fishing.
You can't just encourage them, you need to take them.
That's true.
You need to take them.
And another thing I'll talk to Bud about is maybe a bunch of us get together and showing our appreciation for these people that's went overseas and lost their legs and their arms, and maybe a bunch of us can
I've seen some of that.
forget that.
That wounded warrior thing there, they pretty good background stuff like that.
Yeah. And
I think they should know.
I think it wouldn't hurt us to, Steve gave me some names to get a hold of.
Yeah, we have some
people.
guys.
And so I haven't got a hold of them yet. I've been so doggone busy. It's lucky I'm here today to get this program going for for about 3 or 4 years now. So about 6 months ago, I decided that it was time after the one in Clinton dissolved, which they gave us all their money. We got with the 50, with Bud 80, that'll make us $2,080 and $85.
Didn't I hear you one night on one of the shows talk about the membership? How many people you had in that one up there?
We had 4,600 members.
That's what I thought. What did you do to get that many people there?
Well,
They're not
we
doing
used to
it.
have one of those meetings.
You had 4,600 people, and they was against it, and it still took off on me. What?
Well, you had that many that was for it. The reason that there's 18-inch size limit on smallmouth right now is because of the striper tail. We had, it's going to be set at 16, and they said, no, we want 20. Well, TWRA will have to make it 18. So that's where the 18 size limit is. Safe flight, so maybe 11, 12 o'clock, come in, clean fish, and have big fish fry. I'd like to see that.
As long as it's probably, I don't want nothing catfish.
Like that guy down home, he said, I'll never eat a carp. we call a carp especially for him.
Yeah.
And fixed it. And we had sitting over the side, well, when he come through the line, they just slipped it over and loaded his plate up with that carp. He ate that, thought it was the best fish he ever had.
What's that guy's name?
I heard the same thing about carp. I have what was the increase full of. I don't see it. I know that. Yeah, we catch them everywhere we go.
Anybody got anything? Would like to bring it up? I guess since Bud and I, this year, I guess I'll be the president and he'll be the vice president. So
Let's call that COO.
So we'll be two of the members to go to the task force. That's okay with everybody?
Works for us.
Works for me.
I don't got a dog in the walleye thing up in the north because I never go up there fishing.
Yeah,
You'll get somebody that does.
Well,
as we put together.
This is for everybody.
I understand.
It's not only for down here, but hopefully when the budget's talking about it, if we get this thing going, we'd like to make the whole southeastern, spread.
As we put together, probably we'll need a person from each area.
Yeah.
Now, our next meeting, we'll probably have it in all the springs or have different places to meet, so it's fair for everybody, not to have to travel too far. If that's okay with everybody.
Any place in Roe County is not going to be too far.
Yeah,
I think that's not an issue. I wouldn't think.
Again, on that day, on February 1 of each year that you
Where's the other one?
2016.
I found out that the money you pay for restoration doesn't have.
Minutes of this meeting is the date and what we did. We had opening. Willie, CEO here, brought out the values of our organization. We've had presented. We've had life stories, reasoning. We've had groups, which are veterans and. Our money, we have
$2,085 as present. We've discussed TVA, new ramps at Norris, what's going on there. We've talked about our grass situation here with TVA and TWRA and who has oversight of that and how we'd like to be involved in that. We've got a project which is called Trash Project, which we want to start when the water's down. We have some things to deal with commercial fishermen. That's been brought up about what problem we have with rough fish in our lake. Then we have it open to the group, which was our proposed meeting area, sites, and locale. We have Brother Steve Cox here, great fisherman in our area, good TV program you folks need to watch. They brought up that the Chamber of Commerce of our local municipals would be good to be at our meetings. He brought up the fact that Blue Ridge Bassmasters, Oak Ridge, and Tellico Bassmasters, which has 130 members, that he'll visit them and present to them our program, which we're looking to do. We've noted that we've all come to agreement that on 2016, February 1st, our dues will all begin that year on the 1st of February, and after that, each year following on February 1st, will begin anew that you'll have to be a new member. Brought up also the safety that needs to be enforced at our docks and ramps. Kids jumping off docks, people fishing in places they shouldn't be. Also brought up that we'd like to see the age for children to participate to be able to fish free would be at 16 years of age. And then last of all, but not least of all, that on the third Tuesday of each month our meeting will be, and we'll have a proposed site.
7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock. Third Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock p.m. will be our meeting that will be open to general public, whoever we can get. And we'd love to have you come. And we're thankful for Steve and each one of you to be here tonight. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Bud.
And there will be door prizes.
All right, folks. That's Bill. That was kind of a rundown of what took place, what they talked about down there Tuesday night. It was real disappointing that there wasn't any more people there than was there, but the people that was there was dandies, and I met 6, 7 people that I didn't know that I really was glad that they were there. I can't remember their names. Maybe one of them will call in over here tonight. They watch the show every week, and they all had some good ideas of how to make this East Tennessee Sportsman's things,
Make it work.
Make it work. That's,
Yeah.
Make it work. That's what we got to do, folks. I'm telling you, we're really missing the ball on this thing right here. And if you're a hunter or if you hunt and fish or whatever, you need to check this thing out. It was mentioned. I've got to get contacts with those guys at Tellico over there at the Tellico Bass Club.
Yeah.
So we can get them these flyers.
Yeah.
And get them people signed up and let them get behind us. And then I also, too, the boys over here at Blue Ridge? Yeah. Over here in Oak Ridge. Get to their meeting there. Told Willie I'd try to make it over there with him. I think they meet on the first Monday night over Shoney's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Blue Ridge Bassmasters. That's who I'm trying to think of. And get them guys on board here.
If we could get this outfit over there at Tellico, the Tellico Bass Club over there, them boys over there got a good club. They got 100 members or more.
Yes, sir.
And that is, and they're really interested. They're interested in the lakes that they fish, which is all here in East Tennessee, and that's the only place they fish. Tellico is the big one. Tellico Fort Loudon is the big one that they do, but they really interested in and the lakes.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. They're active. They got a nice place to meet, and they got a big club. So we just need to get them this information and see if we can get a bunch of them signed up and let them roll the ball on forward. For sure. I'm gonna make me a note right now to get a hold of those people over there and get Willie their phone numbers or whatever we got to do to get them. Okay, there you go. There's Willie's phone number up and the whole 9 yards. While we're talking about the East Tennessee Sportsmen's Association, I want to thank those members that showed up down there Tuesday night at the meeting. I'd like to thank you all for being there, and we'll just continue to push this thing along and try to get something going.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
I wasn't able to attend myself there on account of I can't get away from Polly for that length of time.
I understand. Listen, Bill, that's you know what the priorities are.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's just one of them right there. So you don't have to apologize for that for sure. If you all didn't catch that, the next meeting will be the third Tuesday of each month. That's what they kind of voted on, set up down there Tuesday night, that they'd meet the third Tuesday of every month. And somewhere in the Oliver Springs, Oak Ridge area, Willie's going to try to find a place to have the next meeting.
Right.
And then they may have the next one in Clinton or somewhere, up that way. To make it convenient for everybody at a certain point in time, which was a good, fair thing to do, I thought.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with that idea for sure. We'll try to get that going, and for sure. I come out of that meeting, the people that I met down there talked about the show. They just die hard watching it. They watched it on Thursday night live and then turned around and watched the replay, Bill.
Right.
So I was glad to hear that. And so I asked them, do you have any suggestions on how to make it better? And they said they really liked it when we had the TWRA guys on here, because then they could ask size and limit questions and just a lot of technical stuff. And I said, hey, that's no problem. We can get those people here about any time we want them. As a matter of fact, you and I talked about getting Bart Carter down here in the next few weeks about this walleye thing at Norris.
This Norris Lake Task Force is they brought it up in the hits, and and I'd like to talk to him myself and let everybody else know what the deal is, and they're supposed to be stocking stripers, crappie, walleye. That's what that North Lake Task Force was for, to make sure that each one was stocked, and undoubtedly it's not been handled that way, is what I understand. And Mr. Carter, he will probably can put us straight on that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I had Bart here before. I know of at least once, maybe twice, and he's really a good speaker. There's no doubt he knows his business, and I enjoy having him, and hope we can get him back and let him clarify some of this things that's going on, on that program. So, but I will make that phone call tomorrow or Monday and see if we can get him lined up.
Right.
And get him down here. Let's see. Why also too, I wanted to mention this to all the viewers. Tuesday night, I talked to those people down there about the free fishing trip. Mike Richards has mentioned that to me 2 or 3 times. I kind of dropped the ball on it, but I'm going to do that, and my wife's working right now on getting the collection boxes fixed up, and I want to thank her for that. I kind of dumped that off on her, But to get me some collection boxes fixed up, and I'll get them to the sponsors. Hope to have them there everything goes good by Thursday of next week, and I can tell you what you got to do to get signed up, because my plan is to get those things out, and by the end of May, I'd like to have it over here, or the first week of June, make the drawing, and at that point, see who the winner is.
Right.
And take somebody on a fishing trip that hopefully they'll enjoy, and you know, and that kind of thing. It's going to be the same format we had last year. You know, just run a little bit late on it, and we'll get something rolling. So hopefully that right there will take place here pretty quick. Now, let's see, one other announcement here. Photo of the month for January, that was Mike, and February January and February was Mike and Brad, and then in March I had Eli Copeland and Paul Goddard, his grandpa, and then here in April we've got Albert King, Albert Green, excuse me, Crean. Okay, Herschel, I'm glad you got me situated on that. Anyway, Albert, you're the winner with the big crappie that you sent in, a photo of that, and I've got your shirt, and it's ready to go. I just got to get it to you. So I thought I was going to have it to bring over tonight. They just, got it made today, but anyway, I didn't get it, but I will get it to Herschel. And I'm going to saddle him with getting it to you. Yeah. So congratulations on that, Albert. And I talked to Paul Goddard just before the show started on the phone, and he and Eli, they're going to pick out their shirts and what color that they want, and I'm going to take care of getting them fixed for them.
That's right.
At the sign shop. They're going to do the work. All I'm going to do is pay the bill. So I appreciate the sign shop being one of the sponsors, and taking care of all those shirts and caps and stuff. So if you've got some photos you want to send, folks, remember to send it to my website, or you can call my cell phone there and forward it to me, whatever, how you want to do it, just so I get the picture. Herschel's awful good about blowing these things up and all that kind of stuff. Somebody that I forgot to do, Bill, I was talking to a guy, and we're talking about this Florida strain of bass, and Bobby Beasley's sent me a couple of pictures, and I thought I showed them earlier, but we're going to show them again, and that's going to be a real good reason why we need these Florida strain of bass in here, Bill.
We need everything we can get.
Yeah, I agree. Let's don't shy them nothing.
That's right.
For sure. Have you got them up? There you're on the screen. Well, I'm looking at one. There we go, Herschel. It's about a 10-second delay, so you're doing good. There's one of the big fish Bobby caught down in Florida back this spring, and so 10.4, Herschel says. They faxed or forwarded those pictures over here to Herschel, and he downloaded or pulled them up and blowed them up, and that's a nice fish.
Nice one. Well, there's one thing about it. That Florida strain, they get big, and that's they spawn too. They spawn too, and put the little ones back in the lake.
They do, Bill. They sure is. There's another fish Bobby caught down there in Florida, 8.2. So yeah, that's a nice fish, and let's hope that this Florida strain that we got coming to Watch Bar, we already know what Chickamauga's doing.
Yep.
We just need to get these things in here at Watch Bar and these other lakes, and hopefully they'll flourish, and we'll have a bunch of 8 and 10 pounders.
Yeah.
Herschel, thank you for that. Bobby, thank you. I know you're watching the show, and congratulations on those big fish you caught there. Let's see, moving right along. Let's see. Yep. You got the phones on, I guess, Herschel? Yeah, they're on. All righty. I figured we'd done had 2 or 3 calls by now. folks, we've got a lot of fishing tournaments going on right now. The bass fishermen, had several people this week call me about crappie fishing. Bill, the creeks in Watts Bar is clear to muddy.
Yeah, right.
If
you can find it just where the water's just dingy to clear, that's where the crappie's going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to be shallow now too. There'll still be some out there a little deep. I think tomorrow night, maybe tonight even, we're supposed to have a frost in the morning or Saturday morning one.
I heard the same thing.
That might slow things down just a little bit, but they're in there shallow. They're looking to spawn. Everything else is looking to spawn.
Right.
And I will say to this about the tournaments, fellas. I'm not against your tournaments at all, but take care of your catch. That's all I ask you to do.
Yeah, take care of the fish, guys. And this time of year, they're full of eggs, or real close in anyway. And so we want to handle them easy and keep plenty of water on them.
That's right.
Get them back in the water after
and
the way.
And the water is cold enough to they'll survive. They'll survive right now.
Sure is. When the water gets hot, it's hard to keep them alive.
Yep.
You really got to take extra precautions. I'm going to get that guy over here that has that cool well system again.
Yeah.
And see if I can't get him on the show.
Yeah.
That's a neat little trick.
It really is.
So, but got a lot of tournaments going on, and we'll get this call, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that crappie fishing. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Very good.
Good.
I was going to tell you and Bill, if you haven't been up to Norris in the last week or so, they've really raised that water way up there. It's almost plumb full.
Yeah, it is. I drove by up there, I guess today's Thursday. I drove by up there Tuesday just to see, and yeah, it's right at it's a lapping at the trees. It's supposed to be, as according to the paper, I keep up with the paper there, 1018 and 1018.3 as of this morning, and that was at midnight last night. And so we're still a couple of feet away from 1020.
Yeah.
We hope that it don't go any higher than 1020, but I have no say-so on that. Maybe TVA look at it and keep it out of the trees.
Yeah.
And you notice that water looked kind of stained, dingy or whatever you call it.
I hadn't been up there in a couple of weeks, Ed. I don't know what it's looking like. I will say this: a couple of weeks ago, it was trash everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
That's right, Joe. And as long as it's coming up like it is, it'll have a lot of trash on it.
Uh-huh.
I will say this right here: they're pulling it about as hard as I've ever seen them pull it for this time of year for the Clinch River. I go across it a couple of times a day, and the Clinch River is as high as you'll see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, when I say trash, what I'm speaking of is leaves and logs and twigs.
Right, firewood.
Yeah, firewood.
Boars.
Yeah, exactly right. It's if you're in a boat, you're up there maneuvering around, you need to be careful and watch because there's trees floating and everything.
That's right. They sure are.
Yeah.
There's enough big stuff floating up there that you can get hurt.
Yeah.
Tear up everything you got, really.
Yeah, sure is. So that's the only thing there. I'm like Bill. I don't care for it getting full as long as it don't get way up back in the back of the trees because I can't get back there far enough to catch the fish.
That's right.
Yeah, just right at the edge of them's good enough.
All right, then. I'll let you fellas go.
Hey, Ed, appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you, Ed. That's Ed Galt, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, what you were talking about, I had 2 or 3 guys call me this week about, where they could catch some crappie off the bank and this kind of thing. And once the water gets up for the bank fishermen, it's kind of hard to get around.
It is. It sure is.
And a lot of private property owners don't want you crossing their property to get to the water and this, that, and the other. So I put these guys, I said, hey, go to these culverts. You know, if you can't get on the fishing piers, and there is a few of those around, Loudon's got them, Watts Bar's got a few, and this, that, and the other, and you know, usually these culverts, where all the water's coming in and out. Now, the bad thing about that is that's usually the first place it muddies up.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And the first place it'll clear up. But we catch very few crappie, or I have, in muddy water, Bill.
Yeah, I don't catch them in myself.
And
In fact about it, if I find it muddy, I just don't hardly ever fish.
I know, that's what Mike says. I had, speaking of that, them gentlemen that I met down there Tuesday night, they were talking about the crappie, and they were really praising Mike on catching them, but they said if Mike had quit feeding them crappie out there deep, them minnows, like he's doing, they'd come in to spawn. I said, yeah. I said, that's about right. I told Mike that the other day after that meeting, and he got a big kick out of it. And but they're right. When the water warms up enough, in that depth of water, when it gets warm, they'll come in. So
They'll come in anyway.
Yeah. They don't all spawn at the same time.
No.
Because they're all not, you know, you catching some in there in 3 foot of water, and he catch them out there in 40. So, you know, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Yes, sir.
Them in 40 feet, that's not going to spawn.
No.
Out there.
No.
They're going to come into shallow water.
That's exactly right. As things warm up, they'll come right on in. Without a doubt about that. So, you know, we had a good meeting there. This was shy of people, and I hope everybody gets involved in that pretty quick, and we can get going. I'm going to make a few tournament announcements here, and because I don't want to leave none of these out tonight like I did last week. I left 2 or 3 off, and I didn't mean to do that. Hello, caller.
Yes. Let me speak to Steve, please.
Hey, it's him speaking.
You're on the show. How can you be there?
Well, yeah, I'm on the show. I'm right here.
Oh, okay. I got a time delay then, right?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, Herschel. 3 or 4 seconds, 7 seconds. Yeah.
Well, just letting you know that this is one of the trail boys, and calling because I wanted to let you know we were watching.
All right, man.
Just in case you called our hand on it.
Yeah. Well, I told everybody you was watching it on Thursday night and then on Saturday too.
It's faithful.
Yeah, faithful.
Great shit. It's a real great show, and anybody that hasn't watched it, and I tell everybody that they're missing the news of East Tennessee when it comes to sports.
Well, man, I appreciate that. I really do. I've got a. Is this you, Michael?
Yes, it is.
All right, man. I tell you what, I appreciate you calling and letting me know, and it was a pleasure to meet you and your brother, and I think that was you, the lady that was with you all.
She was my wife.
She's your wife. Okay, that's Miss Trail then. It was a pleasure to meet all 3 of you down there, and I thank you for watching the show, and appreciate you calling in and letting me know.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here.
All right, buddy. Thank you now. Appreciate it.
Yeah, bud. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That was one of the gentlemen that was at that meeting there the other night, and he had his wife with him, and had his brother with him. So they're good people, and they're after this fishing thing, Bill.
Yes, sir. They sure are.
Yeah, they're wanting to catch them crappie and catch these bass. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that made me think of something else. I'll make the note of. Shucks far. Okay. Let's get to this tournament thing because, like I said, folks, I missed it, and I don't want to shy nobody about their information. Herschel says we've got 15 minutes, right? Okay, we're going to do this pretty quick then, Herschel. Hey, Morristown Marine has got a team trail. Morristown Marine Team Trail Invitationals on Watts Bar, Ladd Landing, April the 25th, which is Saturday. Want to make sure you get that. Then the Tennessee Team Trail, they're on South Holston this Saturday. if you know anything about those two organizations, you know where they're going to be. Here's one that's coming up, Bill. This is the second annual Roane County Bass Tournament to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
That is for a really, really good cause right there.
I agree with you 100%, Bill. It surely is. It's going to be at Kingston City Park, Saturday, May the 23rd, and you can pre-register at Bunch Marine, and register prior to the blast off and all this kind of stuff. They're really expecting a big crowd down there. They're going to park at the high school. I talked to the gentleman that's running this thing, and he's going to come over and be on the show with me probably week after next. I think he and I kind of scheduled that about 2 months ago. So the tournament director is going to come over and be with us, and they got a lot of people backing them, folks. So this is going to be a big event down there, and if you're
and it's for a really good cause.
A really good cause, Bill. You're exactly right. It definitely is. But that's coming up May the 23rd. That's a few weeks off yet, but just wanted to put that on your mind. Then we got James Knuckles' tournament, and I called James to see if what he was planning on doing. He's got a tournament scheduled. This is the Volunteer Bass Trail. They've got one scheduled for May the 23rd on Douglas. Heartland, Point 19, May the 2nd. Watch Bar Dam, April the 25th. Douglas Dam, April the 25th. Watch Bar at Caney Creek, May the 2nd. Loudon Tellico Night Trail, they're going to fish Friday night, Bill, on the night trail, the 24th. So that'll be Friday night.
Hey, they getting started a little early, but that's their night time's coming around.
Yeah, boy, you ain't kidding. It definitely is. And then we got at Norse, April the 26th. That's the Sunday division. That'll be this coming weekend at Brogan's Hollow. And then you got the Douglas Dam, May the 2nd. And then the Blue Ridge Bassmasters, May the 2nd. It's on Cherokee. So the Douglas tournament for the Heartland is at Dandridge. That's May the 2nd. I may have left out Dandridge, but that's where they're launching out there. And let's see. I might have missed a page on the Heartland. No, there's the April the 26th at Brogan's Hollow. And then, the next one's at Cherokee Dam on the 16th, and May the 2nd here at Douglas at Dandridge. That's one I just told about. And I think that's, I thought there was something here about Milton Hill, but I don't see it. Okay, anyway, that's what I got, folks. And like I said, the Blue Ridge Bassmasters, their next tournament's at Cherokee on May the 2nd also. So I hope this week we got them all in of what's just right around the corner. And like I said, I didn't want to shy anybody. There was something else I wanted to pass along to everybody. Bill, let's tell them what we want to do with Bart Carter. What we're trying to find out. We've heard some roundabout information from people, but you and I know kind of what we want to get him down here for. You want to pass that along to the viewers?
Well, my understanding is that when they organized this year outfit for North Lake,
the task force.
Yeah, the task force up there. One of our good friends, Jack Raines, was one of the members of that. And I know Jack, he is for everything for the fisherman that a man can be. And what I really understand is what they doing, they was going to stock so many stripers, so many walleye, and so many crappie. And each one of them was, if they stocked 5 walleye, they stocked 5 crappie and 5 stripers, which I have no objection to that at all. But here recently, I don't think they've been stalking any of them. And so that was one of the reasons that we wanted to get Mr. Carter down here to answer a few questions that we not sure about. If they're still stalking them, that's all well and good. If they're not, then we don't need the North Lake Task Force. And but if they are doing it, then we need it.
Yeah.
And I'm for every fish that's put in the lake, and when they spawn, I'm for the best care of anybody to take care of them. And when we have the fishing that I've had over the years, I've had it the best, and I've been able to do what I wanted to do, and I want to see the kids that's coming up, the people that's fishing today, I want them to see what I have enjoyed over the years, and I want them to enjoy the same as I've had.
That's quite understandable, Bill. I'll tell you that right now. It's yeah. But that's what we need. I'm like you, you know. If they're supposed to be stalking, if that was the agreement,
yeah,
then let's follow through with it.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story about it. I've heard several different things about it, but Mr. Carter can enlighten us on it all, and that's the reason that we're going to have him here on the show as soon as Steve gets a hold of him there, and maybe get him and Jack Raines together down here also. Jack is very knowledgeable of the task force himself.
Yeah, he is.
I know he's fought for everything that's right for the fishermen. I know that for the fact, for that's just the kind of fellow he is.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get a hold of Bart and see if we can get him down here, and you know, it's not that hard to get a hold of Jack either.
No, it's not. That's right.
And well, we'll try to get something set up in the next week or so and get them down here and kind of explain what's going on. From what I just want to clear up the rumors.
That's all I want to do. That's all. I just want to say, hey, is this what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, just tell me what's happening and what's not happening.
Yeah, that's all it is right there. It's just instead of we're going to get it handed down, we're going to get it from the main man.
There again, that's where this East Tennessee Sportsman Association will come in as handy as anything that you ever seen.
Yeah.
You get enough people behind that, they can do more than any other body.
I agree. It's just we got, you know, folks, we're missing a golden opportunity here to have a little say so in what goes on in our waters.
That's right.
You know, and in the woods, and
in our fields and everything. We've got an opportunity to take that advantage of.
Yes, sir. So, you know, we're missing the boat if you're not getting signed up and getting to be a member. And it's pointed out down there Tuesday night, if you say, well, you know, you go to one of these meetings and they say, well, how many members have you got? And you say, well, we got 10 or 50. Yeah. Well, okay, you know, but then when you say we got 500, even though you may not attend every meeting or what have you, still yet you're a member.
That's right.
And you know, when you got 500 members,
they listen.
And the next thing you know, you got 1,000, and they listen a little more. And then, you know, so you know, it's just a good way to get into these meetings and stuff with these people, and get to voice your concerns and what you really would like to see them doing. And not mean you're going to get everything you ask for, but if you don't ask for something, you're never going to get it.
Never going to get nothing if you don't ask for it. That's right.
Yes, sir. So it's a good thing. And you know, I can't wait till we have the next meeting, because we made a challenge to one another down there Tuesday night that each one of us that was there had to bring 5 people to the meeting.
Yeah. So
we're going to grow from about 8 to 40 right quick.
Yeah.
And then we take them 40 and they bring 5, then we're up to 200 just right off the get-go. So, you know, that's what we're looking at, folks. All right, Herschel, I'm going to take you got one more picture you want to show. Michael Frost. All right, show us that picture, Herschel. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Buddy, let me make a note of that. right here, right now. All right. Oh, he says for me to stay out of his fishing hole. Yeah. All right, then. He must have seen my truck. Oh, by the way, since we've got a couple of minutes, Michael, congratulations on that big crappie, son. Hope you catch many of them. Folks, I hope you saw that little episode, Bill, with Mike and I were down there, let's see, was it? No, it was Saturday afternoon, or Sunday afternoon. We put in there below Dad's house, our little Emery, and there's a gentleman, well, when we got there, was 4 police cars, a wrecker, and a tow truck.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if, I mean, you didn't get to see it, but I did. Showed it there on the camera, when we first come in. But this guy was putting his boat in, and the truck rolled off, and a brand new Toyota truck, and it was floating. I mean, it was, the water was up about that much of the top. It's all showing.
Oh.
Yeah. So, folks, I said it on the camera there, but I want to reinforce that. If you get around these boat ramps, 95% of them steep, and the other 5% is even steeper.
Yeah, that's right.
So make sure your truck's in park or your emergency brake's on, because it can happen before you know it.
I've seen 2 in my lifetime. I've seen 2. One of them, they had to get a record and then a diver to go down to hook up to the truck. It was about 30 feet deep.
Yeah.
And there wasn't nothing but the headlights were showing. They finally went out. But that was on Fontana.
Uh-huh.
And the other one was up here at Anderson County Park.
Yep.
And, old boy let his truck get away from him, and it done the same thing.
All right. Just remember that, folks. If you want to watch some shows, go over to the boat ramp. You can see anything and everything. Don't ask me why. It just happens that way. Hey, I want to thank my sponsors, Sign Shop, Edgemore Outdoors, Citizens First Bank, the 5 branches they've got, Tim's Tire, Knox Area Rescue Ministries, Reynolds Racing and Marine, Secret City Pies. Well, I know we hadn't showed their commercials tonight, but we've been real busy, but I do want to mention them. And Pamela Ann's Fudge Candies and Gifts there in Oliver Springs. Those fine folks, man, if you can patronize them at all, please do so, and so they'll continue to sponsor the show, because we enjoy doing it.
Yes, sir, buddy.
We sure do. 60 seconds. Herschel, he's right on time, ain't he? But I just can't thank those people enough, and if you, like I say, if you can do any business at all with them, please do so. The Fudge and Candy Store got all kinds of stuff there. Secret City Pies, you know what kind of food you're getting over there at that place. Reynolds Racing Marine, some great deals. This on and on. Tim's Tire, Citizens Bank, Edgemore, and Sign Shop. God bless you. We'll see you next week, and do be careful.